I'd like to talk about electro-optical effect of direct spectroscopy and LCD involved with inorganic metal nanoparticle. And the talk is comprised part one is electro-optical effect including optical homogeneous effect and nanoparticle dope LCD and frequency modulation response doped with nanoparticle. Outline of my talk is nanoparticle and motives to modify the properties of liquid crystal. Material used in this talk I'll be then, and I'll report the optical properties and the performance of nanoparticle doped LCD, considering modeling and conclude my talk. Material used in this work and the sample preparation is as follows. Narrow gap twist nematic with gap is 3 micrometers and modules of 100 by 100 pixel by electric. Another cell is ECB, electrically controlled by fringes. Gap is 13 micrometers. LC material is provided by DIC. Nanoparticles used in this batch is polygamma cyclodextrin zirconium oxide, synthesized by Shiraishi laboratory. Size is 7 nanometers. And another nanoparticle is silica by Ebonic, 812 and 300. And how to synthesize the nanoparticle is something like this. Bring a compound of zirconium and mixed with polygamma cyclodextrin. And dissolve the alcohol, water, and mix. And then export to microwave and ultrasonic. And then you get polygamma cyclodextrin protected zirconium oxide. What happens to LCD cell embodied with nanoparticle is a decrease order parameter and increase effective temperature. They call the Kobayashi temperature. This is without nanoparticle, doping nanoparticle, doping nanoparticle like this. And by doping nanoparticle, order parameter decrease with temperature, decrease delta S, and increase delta T. As an example, aerogel delta T is plus 10 degrees C, and the zirconium oxide is about 8 degrees C. And this temperature is called the Kobayashi temperature. Now we're going to the reduction of threshold voltage and VT curve, and yes, and this this shift to the low voltage toward the low voltage is reproduced by rising temperature by 10 degrees. Approximate formula for threshold voltage is given by this formula, where elastic constant K is proportional to square of order parameter, and anisotropy of dielectric constant is proportional to order parameter. Then threshold voltage will be proportional to square root of order parameter. Then relative change ratio is given by this formula. If threshold voltage decreases 7%, then you get a decrease of the order parameter for the second. Correspond to DC by 10 degrees. Temperature. Now we'll go on to the optical homogeneous effect in LCD cell with nanoparticle. This is a far field of laser pattern of argon laser passing through LC cell. left is without nanoparticle, you see diffraction and also speckles. But if you are bring ECB cell with nanoparticle, then you get homogeneous output on the projected screen. This is called the reduction of diffraction and the laser speckle pattern. The same result obtained by my colleague, Professor Hurue, like this. According to his experiment, decrease about 45% of speckle pattern decrease. He repeated at the international conference. Now I'll show you the optical homogeneity effect on, by observing the azimuthal distribution of output power. As you can see, you see a very homogeneous output, and the output is increased from 63.89 to 66.7. And if we plot the azimuthal distribution, as you can see, output is increased as you see with nanoparticle. About the explanation of the result based on Rayleigh-Gans criteria for scattering. And the formula for forward scattering is given by this formula, where K is wave vector and A is size of nanoparticle. Here we have a ratio of refractive index of particle and medium. And in this way, the refractive index and the size of nanoparticles affect forward scattering by the nanoparticles. If we take, for example, zirconium oxide, refractive index 2.2, compared to silica, 1.4, it is larger than silica, so that using zirconium oxide is effective getting good forward scattering. And existing nanoparticle in LC cell produces a situation as if system is kept at the elevated temperature, cold Cobay's temperature, about 10 degrees. Then I'll show you how color gamut of LCD increase with without nanoparticle. FLC stands for field sequential LCD without using a color filter. As you see, using field sequential, color gamut reaches over 100. This is 100 by a National Tribune Standard Committee. By adding nanoparticle increase, and if you look at here, even minus 10 degrees C, color gamut is kept at 100% of NTSC standard. And then we proposed luminance efficiency for the performance of LCD. A is luminance, candle per square meters, and B is power consumption in 1 square meter. Then you get the ratio, luminance efficiency, candles per watt. This is an example of a television from Sharp Corporation. Luminance is 600 Hz. And our heat frequency LCD is 1000. And if we calculate the luminance efficiency 1.2, this is a 6.4. And we know the Energy Star program by California government. According to this criteria, power consumption of 50-inch diagonal LCD must be 108 or less. Then luminance efficiency is 3.8 candle per watt. Our field seeking LCD has is 4.14, that's a clear shape. Dr. Sadashivan et al. Reported at the SID meeting at the QB Vision company. He obtained the luminance efficiency 3.3 for LCD with contaminated backlight. Finally, I'll show you analysis of surface topography using OptiPro by Syntec. This is a result of surface topography of the real existing surface topography of color television with LCD. The surface is very irregular in micrometer scale. This is the direction of lighting. And if you introduce nanoparticle into LCD cell, you get very flat. One possibility is doping nanoparticle makes surface flat. Another thing is OptiPro is an optical instrument, light passing through, so that this is an optical phenomenon. We are still aware about the real explanation of this, but this is a result what we obtained. As a conclusion, I'd like to conclude my talk in the following way. Laser spectral pattern and diffraction patterns reduction with the part of CD were observed and analyzed based on Rayleigh-Gans criteria. Second, our field classification LCD particle clear in STAR program and has an order color gamut of 140 that of NTSC standard. This may be attributed to the Kobayashi temperature effect that produces as if the system is kept at elevated temperature by 10 degrees due to the existence of nanoparticle. We acknowledge this work performed by a project. We worked with a company, our university together. Now, I'll go on to the second part on the frequency modulation FLC. CSS, frequency modulation phenomena, direct spectroscopy, crystal model, and equivalent circuit analysis, and the interpretation of this phenomena, and evaluation of ratio, conductivity, and that constant of inclusion and LC region. Summary, and I conclude my talk. Synthesis of silver nanoparticle is mixture of silver acetate and nematic 5CB is solved in tetrahydrofuran. And then this mixture is irradiated with UV light. Size of taken nanoparticle is about 5. In this process, a part of LCD is decomposed by UV light irradiation, and small amount of ionic diffusion cloud is produced. Palladium nanoparticle is synthesized this way. These nanoparticles originally catalyst for chemical application. And let me show you a result of VT curves. For low frequency hertz, no optical response is not observed. If you increase frequency, then threshold voltage decreases, and at high frequency, TN cell operate normally white and black states like this. And another data is the optical output against the waveform of applied voltage. For low frequency, no response occur. This is normally white level. And if you increase frequency, TNCD become dark state. This is a normal operation. And the transition is very fast. With a time constant about 1 millisecond, very, very fast. And if you look at the dielectric spectroscopy, something like this. First of all, 3 curves get together over here. And for low frequency, also 3 curves together. If you apply a DC voltage for system, all electrons in metal are polarized completely and do not play a role in direct good properties. This was discussed by Charles Kittel in his textbook. And normally people say this is a drop, but we take a jump. This is amplification of about 52 times amplification. And by fitting this curve, we obtain the relevant quantity like relocation frequency and amplification factor. I will show you later on. Summary of FLCD operation. Below relocation frequency 100 Hz, no TN operation occurs, where a large scale amplification of epsilon 2 of inclusion, diffusion cloud, and reaching 52. This occurs that overcomes anisotropy of the constant of LC. Above relocation frequency, FC the away, and the TNLCD operation occurs, come again, due to the survival of direct constant. This part is dielectric torque. Normally, this has no frequency dependence, but in our case, it has a frequency dependence like this. And to understand this phenomena, we proposed a crystal model like this, and we assume that the nanoparticle distribute average distance L, and each unit of circuit will be expressed by this equivalent circuit. And this is represent whole system. And over here, there is an oscillation of charge. This is a Maxwell-Garnett effect. And quantity, capacitance, conductivity of background and nanoparticle is given by this formula, something like this. And we get the formula for refractive direct constant and relaxation time, where phi2 is the nanoparticle volume factor, and the difference of relaxation time tau1, tau2 is a Maxwell-Garnett effect. That was originally for multi-layered characteristic. We studied nanoparticle. Okay, now, and we defined, make a definition of amplification of using this formula. And using equivalent circuit analysis, we get a factor of amplification like this. For getting a positive value of AC, we postulated negative value of refractive direct constant of inclusion. Now, I will explain relevant quantity values for proposed to our FM TNCD, where the relaxation frequency of liquid crystal background is about 0.6 Hz. This is a concentration. And occupation factor phi2 is shown over here. And size of nanoparticle is 0.5. And mean distance between nanoparticles is 51 nanometer and 40 nanometer, depending on concentration. And relaxation frequency is 180. Amplification factor is commonly 52 and 55. And the ratio of direct constant between E2 and E1 is minus 24 and minus 64. This is a minus. And the ratio of conductivity is 40 point. And due to finite conductivity of the inclusion, we have a finite value. If liquid crystal is a completely insulator, this must be 0. Now, I'll summary conclude my talk. First, below relaxation frequency, 100 Hz, no TN operation occurs due to the large scale amplification of E2. That overcomes of direct anisotropy of LC measure. Above this relaxation frequency, amplification of E2 fade away, and the TN receiving operation survive due to the revival of driving direct torque. Over here, you can see a component of dielectric torque. Normally, delta epsilon do not have a frequency dependence, but in our case, it has a particular dependence, as we explained in the previous slide. Summary 2. In order to amplification, we postulate a negative epsilon for inclusion. Inclusion is a nanoparticle at diffusion cloud. For sample A and B, relevant quantity value obtained such that 46, and this must be minus. When LCD does not contain ionic diffusion cloud, which is produced by UV radiation on liquid crystal P, no FL operation occurs. An example of this case is super twisted pneumatic LCD, where we use using special material, which has a very high clearing point. 5CB is clearing point is very low, 35 degrees, so that decomposition of this material is UV-SS. And it is now 11:30 for I'm arriving closing my talk. Also, I invited to Fumito Araoka Art Deacon for conducting this research, particularly preparing manuscript, and to Dr. Takatsu and Hasebe at the University of Kindness. Thank you for your attention.